Well, hello everybody. Dr. Mark here. Welcome to our Acts module. We have 28 rich chapters to study in the course of 8 weeks, so there's going to be a lot to do. And in order to help you out, I want to give you a little bit of orientation here at the beginning so that you have an idea as to what's ahead. And so I'm just going to run through a couple of pages here that I think will be of help to you. And I'll give you the gist of it. You can read it more fully yourself, but at least you'll see what I have in mind here. First, you'll notice there's a course syllabus, and you can access that on the home page in Canvas. And you're expected to read through that and get all the information down that you'll be needing. And then the course description is next, and that tells you pretty much in summary fashion what the book of Acts is all about. And then there are some course learning objectives that tell you what we want to accomplish as a result of having studied this course together. Following that is your textbook information. So there are two main textbooks for the course, and you will certainly be using other sources when you do some of your assignments, but these are the two main ones that you are expected to have and to read. This top one, Jerusalem to Rome, by Homer Kent, you'll actually be doing a couple of book reports on, whereas the bottom one, you'll simply be recording that you have done the reading according to the schedule. Class notes, I want to just make a point about class notes. At the beginning, we have an introduction to the book of Acts, and so there's going to be some fill-in-the-blank stuff in those notes for you to do. But when we get to the actual book of Acts itself, you will not see any kind of fill-in-the-blank notes. There will be the text of the Bible on the left column, and the right column will be blank. So as you watch the videos and see what I've highlighted and what I emphasize, you can take notes according to that which you feel is most helpful in your learning experience. There may be some things that you know second nature, and you don't need to write those down. Other things may be new and interesting, and you'll want to write those things down. I will say there is no study guide for any of the exams or quizzes in the course, and that's because I really want you to be digging in and learning the material and be prepared for whatever may come. Now, the exams that I give, and I'll talk about those in just a moment, are fairly short, and so obviously I'm not going to be able to dig deeply and become very minute in the things that I choose. But you will want to pay attention to the material at large. Course schedule is also in the syllabus, and you can see another link here to the course syllabus where you can find that schedule. Also, if you look over here on the left tab, you see home, announcements, modules, grades. It's this modules tab here that will give you the weekly assignments that'll be due for the course. So that has everything broken down week by week, so you can see exactly what's expected in any one of those 8 weeks. Then down here, there's a technical support guide in case you could use some assistance in making sure that you have the technology and everything that you need for the course. Now let me switch to another page here and talk to you just a moment about course requirements. The assignments, again, are in the course syllabus and in the modules. If you click on the modules tab, there will be Bible and commentary reading. You'll be expected to read through the book of Acts in two different versions, other than the King James, since I use that one on my PowerPoints. Then you'll read Clinton's commentary in its entirety, and the Acts and Clinton recording will be reported on Canvas. And you'll see a place for that when the module week shows up for that. You'll be doing 2 book reports on Homer Kent's commentary, and there are instructions here on that, which I won't take time to read now. You can do that on your own. Pretty simple. Then I will also ask for 2 1,200-word term papers. And so these are research papers. So when you think of the word term paper, if you're not used to the word term, just think of it as a research paper. And the first one will be a background subject, something dealing with the book of Acts, such as a geographic or political issue, maybe even slavery in the Roman Empire or the role of women. I had one student do something on the banking system in the Roman Empire. Anything that helps to give you a better understanding of what it would have been like to live at that time. The second paper is a doctrinal one And there I want you to deal with a doctrinal topic. It can be any doctrine: the providence of God, the person of Jesus Christ, the nature of the church as it's explained in the book of Acts, something about end times. There's quite a bit of prophecy in the book of Acts. Anything that deals with a doctrinal issue, maybe baptism. There are a couple of passages in Acts that seem to suggest the idea of baptismal regeneration, being saved by being baptized. So anything that's interesting to you, you're welcome to choose. And I have given you some selected topics, and they are in the course syllabus. So again, take a look at that if you want some ideas. We do ask that you use Turabian format. If you are a student who has never studied a course at Faith and had to use Turabian in the past, and all you've used is MLA or some other form, please contact me personally and I will discuss that with you. I want to work with you on that if that's your situation. Do note that I ask for footnotes only. I do not want parenthetical notes on these two papers, because these are formal papers, and if you do happen to do graduate studies here at Faith, you'll find that all graduate level papers have to be done with footnoting. So we're trying to get you used to that procedure early on. And then the bibliography will need to include 3 peer-reviewed sources. And if you go to EBSCOhost or Google Scholar, sites like that, you will get sources that are considered to be scholarly, peer-reviewed. But what I do not want included in those are the Bible. Obviously, the Bible is our number one authority. But if you quote from the Bible, all you have to do is just put the reference right next to the quote itself in the body of the text and not include it as a footnote. Do not use my class notes in the footnotes as well. They're not peer-reviewed, even though I think that they're helpful. Don't use Bible sites such as Bible Hub or Bible Gateway. Now, they're great sites, and I use them all the time for research, but they are not peer-reviewed sources and should not be used as primary sources in your bibliography. And that also is true with regard to Wikipedia and other non-scholarly reports. Got Questions or Quora or other sites like that are very helpful, but are not considered peer-reviewed. Now, notice here the word quest. I don't actually give quizzes or exams in the traditional sense. One of my students years ago coined the word quest for me. It's a combination of quiz and test. So a quest is bigger than a quiz, but smaller than a midterm or final exam. So usually there's somewhere around 12 to 20 questions in that neighborhood. And I think there are 8 of them altogether, one for each week of the course. And so you'll take them at the conclusion of each week. And so I call them quests. So if that's a new word to you, again, it's a big quiz or a small test, and kind of joining those two words together. And you'll have 30 minutes to take each of those. It shouldn't take you more than 10 or 15 at the most. Again, no study guides for those. Just know the material. The PowerPoints from all of my lectures are on the homepage. You can go back and review those, watch them on your own again, anytime you want to. Okay. So you can see a few other instructions about that. So please pay attention to that. And then I'm going to ask you to engage in 2 discussions with other students. These are discussion groups. And again, on the modules tab, you can find on the appropriate week the places where you'll be doing the discussions. And the instructions, again, are here and in the syllabus, so you can take time to read those as well. And that just gives you a chance to interact with the other students who are part of the course, so that it's not just you and I going back and forth, but you have some contact with the others, and I think that's a really rich and helpful idea. Then there's some other policies there about late assignments and extra credit, so just look those over. And if you have any questions about any of the assignments, don't be afraid to get in touch with me. I would be glad to help you out in any way I can. You can email me, you can send me a text, contact me through the Canvas platform if that's the best way for you to do it. All right. But I just want you to be aware that these things are out there for you to look at, be familiar with what's coming up. If you wait to look at assignments, the week that they're due, it may catch you by surprise, especially these term papers. You probably will want more than a week to get them done. So check your schedule out ahead of time. Know what's coming up in the next 2, 3, or 4 weeks, so that when a major assignment is coming due, you'll have a chance to get on it a little bit earlier. Okay, so that's just to kind of help you out. And again, feel free to contact me. I want to maintain good interaction with you. And if any of this didn't make sense or you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them as best I can. God bless, and looking forward to getting started in the book of Acts and trusting God to do a work in each of our hearts as we work through this great book together.